This is the 2024 Launch X431 Elite 2.0 Pro. This is a GM-based scan tool, so it only does GM vehicles, as you can see right here. Now, it is bidirectional controls. It has full scan tool capabilities, and best of all, lifetime free updates. Now, right now, we've got this plugged into my 2024 Silverado 1500 ZR2. It does have the 3.0 LZ0 diesel in it. Now, 2024 is a current year, and let's see just how much info this actually has for 2024, because I know that's going to be a question that is on a lot of people's minds. So we're going to go ahead and just go in. We're doing this in real time right now. As you can see, 25 is loaded in there, but we're going to stick to the 24. You can see the different options that we have here, but we're trying to get to the Silverado. Like I said, there's a ton in here. So we're going to go with the D. It's going to ask us to confirm. We're going to click OK. The vehicle is running currently, so we're going to be able to get real-time data. We're going to see how fast this processes. But let's just start off with just doing a system selection. So we're going to go straight into the engine control module for this right now. And now you can see the different options. The cool thing here is that it actually knows what engines they are. So 3.0 liter LZ0. A lot of scan tools will just show generic diesel or 3.0 maybe. But let's see if we have any fault codes. And like I said, this is all in real time. I am wearing gloves, and it does pick up all of my touch points. No codes in there. That's fantastic. So we're going to go ahead. Special functions. Now, there's a bunch of learn functions in there. And you can see if you replace the engine control valve, you can relearn it. You can relearn it if you're having issues where it's sticking, but that's not going to help you fix the problem. If it's sticking, you're going to have an issue with it. Crankshaft position variation learn. That could be used for different reasons. Now, let's do our resets. Air cleaner monitor, that's if you replace your air filter, or if you put on an intake and you messed up that and it triggered on your dash. But there's a bunch of resets within here. Engine oil life. You've got your EGT sensor. So anytime you replace an EGT sensor, you're going to need to relearn it, so that way it goes on there. Fuel filter life. Obviously, you could do that through the gauge cluster, but here's a big one that I'm really fond of. Fuel injection small quantity data reset. I actually have a couple videos explaining how that could help. Now, if you're going to replace a fuel injector, you want to do a fuel injection small quantity relearn. It's basically for noise as well as emissions. So you can click reset and that will reset it. We're not going to do that at this time because I've already done that on this truck and I don't want to reset it again. Now, what I want to see, I think we did the fuel filter life reset. Here's the NOx. I want to show the NOx sensors right there. So you can reset the NOx sensors if you replace those. Particulate filter reset, that's obviously if you replace the whole particulate filter. Reductant system data reset. You think it's reading all wonky, you could actually reset that and see if it will help you on that, which, I mean, if you've got a physical issue with something, then it's just not going to fix it electronically. So there's a bunch of sensors in there to reset. Now, the only one in here that I do not see that I really wish was in here, and I'm going to mention it to them so maybe they can add it in there, is the oil pump belt life reset. Now, if you're unfamiliar, I've got some videos based on it, but these Duramax diesels need to have the oil pump belt replaced at 150,000 or 200,000 miles, depending on what year yours is. Injector flow rate programming. Now, that needs to be done whenever you replace a fuel injector. There's a code on the top or the side of the fuel injector. You need to program that into here. And I've actually done this a few times with the L5Ps, and this tool did the trick for me. It's super quick and easy. It was actually easier than hooking up my laptop and GDS2 the GM way. Just go in here with this. So let's go ahead and just read actual data. So what I want to do, let's say we want to read engine mechanical data because we're looking for engine oil pressure. So this is all real time. Nothing's been fast forward. Nothing has been altered on this. Right now it's currently reading with the ECM and getting all of the information together. Alright, I'm going to go just select all. Now you can go in there and select them one by one, but I've found that it's just easier just to select all. And there we go, engine or air cleaner life remaining 95%. All right, so like I said, I want to see engine oil pressure. But look at that. So we also have crankcase ventilation hose connection pressure sensor. Now, if you've seen my video on the catch can, you'll know that I read some data on there, and that will also, let's see if it changes with a rev. All right, it went into vacuum right there with the rev. You saw the RPMs go up. You saw the crankcase pressure go to a vacuum. All right, so I've got ADD, I know. We'll get to the engine oil pressure, but you can see current misfires. So if you've got a rough running engine, this will tell you which cylinder you're looking at. And if you do have a rough running engine, either you have a major issue or fuel injector possibly. So cylinder head temperature sensor, look at that, we got 183.2. On my dash, it shows just under half. Engine crank time took 0.31 seconds. That's pretty cool. So engine coolant temperature sensor, let's go ahead, actually let's go back to the engine oil pressure because I want to show that's actually desired engine oil pressure. So let's see if we can, right there, engine oil absolute pressure sensor. That's what I wanted, not the desired, sorry for that. But we're showing 33 PSI right now. Let's do a rev, jumped up to 50. Oh, it went red. All right, so we're graphing this now. You can see right in the screen that it's just kind of climbing along. This is going to be handy when you're not able to watch it completely. We're going to give it a rev right there. So now it jumped up, and you can see the graph actually changed itself. So I'm going to try to hold. I've got it sitting at 1,400 RPMs right now. All right, so we were able to graph that. What else do we want to do? So engine oil pressure control valve, a lot of engine oil pressure stuff in there. I like to see that. I like that I saw the vacuum in the crankcase, engine oil temperature sensor, so you can see now engine speed. Let's just rev it to kind of see how quickly it responds. There you go, it jumped right up. So engine torque 10%. We got EGR position on here. All right, distance since last particulate filter regeneration, 186.2 or 42. That's good to know because I am actually monitoring, because if you've seen another video, I had some really frequent regens and we were dipping down to the 100-mile mark. So we're at, what did this say, 64%? So we're actually doing pretty good. We're gonna get to 250 to 300 on this one. Oh look, number of completed regens, 26, and we have 9,698 miles, so you can do the math there. We're, I don't know, that's roughly 250 miles per regen at this point in time. All right, so let's go into special functions, because I know one thing that people want to do is a regen, and I recommend you do not do a regen on your own, so let me just throw that out there. However, if you were a technician with this scan tool, can you force a regen? We'll do actuation test, and now we're gonna go into particulate filter regeneration. So right there, now if you go with the, and I'm not suggesting that you go with it, I'm just explaining what these two options are. Particulate filter regeneration enable, that means if you click that, it's going to go ahead and enable it, so the next time that you're driving, it's actually going to start a regen. Now particulate filter service regeneration, that's where you're parked and it's going to do a regeneration in your area. So do not do this in the garage. Make sure you have ample airflow. In fact, remember, I'm telling you, don't even attempt to do it unless you have a reason to do it and you're a technician that knows what's going on with it. This is a super rad little tool, and it's under 200 bucks. You just really can't find something like this with that value, especially with lifetime free updates. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and hopefully in the future we'll show more. Till next time, see ya.